For
big
real.
time. Yeah. And Dave sent voice memos. Jimmy Butler might send a voice memo. We all know what Draymond Green had to say after the game. So you know the league got that voice memo. Drop that video for me, Joe. To get this Golden State team over or past the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't think you started one, Joe. So we're gonna
I
start with
did.
you.
But,
You
but
did?
let Dave go first.
Oh yeah. No. Cause yeah. The still we had the Stiller moment. Yeah, go ahead, Dave. Cause this is your boy.
It's your
We
boy.
seen this
Yeah,
happen before.
this is my guy. For me, it depends on two things. It depends on what the game plan that Steve Kerr has for the Golden State Warriors. Because his game plan is going to have to change with Jimmy Butler being out there because he's not the same player that Steph is. And if you look at the Warriors team per se, it's not the same team as what Miami had when he was with Miami. So it's two different styles, two different teams. But the Warriors team plays defense. So it's possible. But it depends on what he's asked to do when it comes to what he is with the Golden State Warriors. If he's asked to do it, it's very possible. It is. We've seen Jimmy do this before as an underdog. And that's the thing about it. He's an underdog in the series. So it depends on what he's asked to do. I think if he asked to do this, it's very possible that he could definitely do this. He is playing some he's playing some better defenders on this team though, with them having Nikhil Alexander Walker, having Anthony Edwards on them, and having I'm forgetting the other guy, Jaden McDaniels,
McDaniel,
as
yeah.
well. So these guys are definitely different. Teddy, I'm glad you said that. I am glad you said that because before the season, no one said that Jimmy Butler was a superstar. People argue me down. Me and Carl had this conversation and said that he is, and everyone denied it. They said that he is not a superstar. So my question to everyone is he now a superstar because he's with the Warriors? That's my question because he ain't even the best player on the team. And now you're going to consider him a superstar? He was the best player on the team in Miami and got into the finals twice being an underdog. So to me, be equal. Be equal in this. Don't try to bring this up now and say that he's a superstar when y'all didn't say it before. Don't change your tone now because he's with the Warriors. Technically, your tone should have stayed the same because he ain't the guy in Golden State. We all know the guy as Steph. He was the guy in Miami. He was the unquestionable guy, the unquestionable leader in Miami. And y'all said no. So keep that same energy. That's all I got to say. Joe, that ain't towards you because I know you said what you had to say. It's for everyone else.
You ain't gotta say that. You gotta say that.
So
That's towards me. That's fine.
if he's asked to do this, I think it's possible. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't think it's enough. I personally don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough to get them past the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is a different team. This is a different animal, and this is not the same. This not the same kind of a team that Jimmy Butler has had. This ain't the same. It's just not the same thing. This team isn't built for what Jimmy Butler has done before. So I don't believe it's possible. They need Steph. And they said that Steph is possibly going to be out until game 6. It is 1-1 right now. So at the most, it's going 5. Unless they win one of these games, I don't think it's enough. I don't. They are going to need Steph. And honestly, when Steph come back, he ain't really going to be healthy. Because they saying that it's possible that he comes back game 6. It's not even a guarantee. With his hamstring, the way it looked, it didn't look like the man could really walk for real. So I don't think it's enough. I don't. I believe in Jimmy Butler. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's enough. Not with this team. No.
So where do you think they're gonna finish? Like by if that comes out game 6, what do you think the series will be at? 3-1?
Ain't gonna be no 6.
I said 3-1. Dang.
Yeah.
So you think it'll be over? 4-1?
If they don't win a game, I think it's over.
Of course, they don't win a game.
Yeah,
But
one thing.
what do you think?
I think it depends on game 3. If they don't win game 3, I think it's over.
But do you think that's what I'm saying? Like, do you think they go win game 3? That's really the question. The question
No,
is,
I don't.
can they win one game until
I
Steph
don't.
come back?
I don't.
All right.
I don't think so.
Not one?
No, I don't.
One.
I don't think so. I don't.
But you do think Jimmy Butler's a superstar though?
I believe he is. I believe he is. That was
You don't
I've
think
been
he'll
saying
win?
that. No, I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't think he has. See, when you look at what he had in Miami, and you look at the players he got now, yes, he has Draymond Green, and we know Draymond he's been making shots that he normally doesn't make. So
Yeah, like Max Strus.
So no, Max Strus is actually still doing that.
Why
Max
you
Strus he's still a bucket. So relax, Tomo. He's still a bucket.
I'll explain my comparison in just a second. Go ahead.
Now the outlier, to me, if you want to compare it, it's going to be Buddy Hield and Caleb Martin. Because look at what Caleb Martin did with the Celtics against the Celtics and the Bucks. He stepped up when he needed to, and he was the guy that not a lot of people believed in. Buddy Hield, even though he's a shooter, a lot of people don't think that he's that 33-point barrage that he had in Game 7 against the Rockets. They don't think that that's what he's going to continue to do.
Like Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero was out, so that doesn't count. Tyler Hero was out both times we made it. I mean, that time that we went, he was hurt, so that don't count.
That's all. That's all. Go ahead.
No, sorry, no,
No.
no. But I don't think that's. I don't think it's. No, I don't think it's possible. I don't believe so. I don't think that Buddy Hield is going to be able to do what Caleb Martin did. I don't think that Draymond is going to continue to make those shots. I don't think so.
Well, we agree on the Draymond part because he's definitely playing above and beyond his promises and expectations that he set. I think they can at least get one more game though, Dave. I think they can get one more without Steph, and that's just the Jimmy Butler mentality that he has. Like, I'm not going to sit up here. I know I got my narrative going, but I could see them getting at least one. Jimmy's not going to give you the offensive output that Steph can give you. Like, who would expect that from him? But he can motivate the others around him to at least play a little bit better. Kuminga being a part of that offensive rotation too. That's why I think they get one. The reason why 10% of me leans to what you were saying, Dave, is because of how Steve Kerr tried to play this last game, where he was just throwing bodies out there just to see what would work. That's basically like trying to throw putty at the wall and see if it's going to stick.
And that's kind of sort of my reasoning as well. It's because of Steve Kerr.
Okay, so that's what a 10%, but the 90% of me is he did it now. So he has the film to see who's going to fit in what spot and what spaces to be like, all right, can we close the game out with this guy? Can we have this person here? Can he step up and make Ant play a little bit? Make Ant play like game one? We don't know. But I think they can get at least one more. Because if they don't get one more, it's over. Steph, you might as well go ahead and pack it up. Start over next year. You got Jimmy. Y'all revamp the squad, and then you make some things shake. But other than that, I think they get one more. Is Jimmy Butler enough to win the series? No.
I don't think it's over. I think that they can come back with Steph can come back them being down 3-2 going into to Bay Area. So it's how I look at it. They went into game 2 without Steph. Okay, they get blown out. Now Steve Kerr has a blueprint. He has like a cheat sheet. He saw how things look without Steph. And I always been saying Steve Kerr is the best playoff coach in the NBA. His game, the game adjustments. This is his opportunity to do that. And like you said, Dave, there's a different way he got to set this offense with Jimmy Butler as being the head guy versus Steph Curry being the head guy. But now with Steph being gone, we're going to see Buddy Hield moving a lot. Basically, we're going to see a lot more guys moving out the ball like Steph, and then Jimmy Butler just being that point guard type player throughout the game. I feel like his usage rate's going to go up. And Jimmy Butler has to be more aggressive. Let's start there. When I watch Jimmy Butler play, he's too passive. There are times we got an open shot and he'll pass it up. Or he have an open floater and he'll pass it up. He always trying to make the extra pass. Like he's stuck in this number 2 role. He need to get out of that right now and kick into the superstar Jimmy Butler gear and be that score. And this is my issue about Jimmy Butler in the past. He's not a consistent scorer. He's not aggressive on a consistent basis. But now we're asking you to do that, and you gotta be consistent. So, and lastly, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're not a great offensive team. I told you that. They struggle with offense this whole playoffs. They beat the Lakers, not because they beat the Lakers because of their defense for real, and because of the fourth quarter. That's why they won that series. They were terrible offensively for real. So they're only averaging 106 points a game in the playoffs. The only two teams in the playoffs right now is averaging less than them. It's the Knicks and Boston series. I mean, that's the only other teams. But everybody else, they worse. So I think they can get at least one game in Golden State with the crowd pumping and stuff like that. And then Minnesota might win game 4, go back down 2-2. But once Steph Curry come back, I can see it being 3-2, and they can still win the series. I picked Golden State to win. We saw how they manhandled them in the first game. I think they'll still win this game. The series I'm at.
Yeah, I picked them to win too, but that was contingent on Steph being healthy as well. So I don't know.
One game, Dave?
Okay, it's possible. It's possible to win one game and be 3-2. You're right. You're right. I believe it's possible for them to be at least go 3-2 and make it to game 6. But for me, it's just contingent on how things go game 3. And you're right. Steve Kerr does make adjustments very well in the playoffs. So yeah, you absolutely right there. You changed my mind. I'm not gonna lie. You did change my mind. So I definitely think it's possible they can get to game 6. But to me, it's just contingent on what Steve Kerr's message is to Jimmy Butler. If he's telling him to go be that guy, I think it's possible. But
I'm pretty sure he's saying that.
if not, then I don't know.
If he not, Draymond saying it.
Yeah.
I know Draymond watched the show. You better be saying
it. And J-Mo, he said, I want to bet on it. I want to bet either side. It's a close call. This is one of the things you just don't bet on. One of the things you don't bet on,
and
man.
This is different.
I'm not so Minnesota, bro.
And it's different from what JJ Redick did, because JJ Redick did it in an elimination game. You don't try things out in an elimination game. It's at least 1-1. So I got to be consistent with that. So you're right.
Yeah. You talking about
game 6? Go ahead.
Oh no, I picked the Wolves in 6, so there will be a game 6. Carl, I seen your comment.
I picked the Warriors in 6. If Steph was playing, they would have won, bro, in 6 or 5.
I think so too.
We don't know. That's all I've been saying this whole time. We don't know.
You're right.
Y'all just been killing me. It was like, I don't know. So let's get to this lock 'em in.